Greetings, my name is William Sargent and I have been collecting and doing research into Lincolnshire vernacular furniture for a number of years now. I have put together this exhibition of mainly Lincolnshire chairs for you to enjoy, and so you will be able to identify a Lincolnshire chair if you come across one in the future. This is a typical rush-seated ladder-back chair which research that was done by others many years ago established were made in the northeast of Lincolnshire in the towns of Louth, Spilsby and Alford. This chair is one of a pair that I purchased from a shop in Horncastle several years ago, and every component is original. The front leg is so distinctive and cannot be mistaken. It is all shaped out of one piece of wood. While overall the chair is of extremely simple design, the front leg tried to give an air of sophistication. The overall effect may not be elegant, but it certainly is striking. The front stretcher is really the only other place where there is scope for decoration, as all the other stretchers are plain. There is a single swelling in the centre with darts at either end and with small rings in between these two. Chairs from other regions tend to have more elaborate decoration to their front stretchers. The tops of the back legs have a neat design motif which is shaped like a mushroom. This is where the turner would have parted the finished leg from the wooden blank that he originally started with. This original seat shows just how accomplished these makers were at rushing. The rushes are twisted to give strength and also enabling them to pack more in per inch across the seat. This chair also has its original rushing strips around the edge to prevent wear and prolong the life of the rushing. As the underneath of the seat is not usually visible, it is treated quite differently. You can see that there is no twisting of the rushes and all the joining knots are quite visible. This is the back of one of the front legs that is usually hidden from view. Little effort has been made to clean up the borings which have been made by a bark beetle in the ash tree that was used to make this chair. Let me introduce you to Mike Ashton. He is the direct descendant of the chair-making family of Ashtons who lived and worked in Louth from the early 1700s. He has done considerable research into his family tree and has found at least 24 chair makers and turners with the surname of Ashton and later of Green who lived and worked in northeast Lincolnshire. Mike has allowed me to reproduce part of his family tree which shows how his ancestors started chair making in Spalding in the late 1600s and branches of the family later moved to Louth, Alford and Spilsby. This chair has the distinctive cabriole front leg but is of a slightly different overall design. While it is undoubtedly a Lincolnshire rush-seated chair made in the northeast of the county, it was probably made in a different workshop or town from the previous chair. Once again, a different model of chair with the distinctive Lincolnshire front leg. But remember, no rush-seated chair from Lincolnshire has ever been recorded with a maker's name on it, but no one doubts that these chairs were once made in huge numbers. This design of chair has 5 bars to the back support, whereas the previous ones only had 4 bars, yet again showing that they were probably made in a different workshop. This picture shows an armchair with 5 bars to the back support. It is not old, but it is a faithful copy of an original armchair made by Rob Lee in the 1980s. The overall pattern of this rush-seated chair is the same as the previous chairs, but without the distinctive cabriole front leg. It is without doubt the most common model that I find in the county, and many of them have a provenance leading back to Boston or Spalding. I have no doubt that they were made there by the Spickins family, who were related by marriage to the Greens of Louth. A similar design to the previous chair, but with straight front legs, and once again a provenance to the south of the county, having come from the Sleaford area. Undoubtedly another Lincolnshire pattern chair with straight front legs. However, I found this one in a house near Spilsby. It was only after having a conversation with the owner that it became apparent that it was bought from a house near Boston along with other furniture over 120 years ago. Perhaps another pattern made by the Spickins family, who ran the chair making workshop there. And finally, yet another Lincolnshire type chair with straight front legs. As yet, I have not been able to find any meaningful provenance, except that for many years it has been in a church to the north of Coningsby.